Yes, and I think that's actually my biggest problem with writing is the register I use, because say it's a research essay or a formal essay versus a fiction or nonfiction piece. I have a hard time maintaining a more formal register, so I find myself using informal words like but or like instead of therefore and however. So I would definitely say that when I'm writing for a class, I have to temper my writing and change it, oftentimes losing the effect I want to have.
Depends on what you're writing. Like if you are writing on a blog, like a blog is a form of social media, but if you're writing creatively on that blog, then yeah, that's writing. But if you're just saying ate toast today on Twitter, that's not writing. That's just like blurting out whatever in your mind.
No, not for me. When somebody tells me like what I have to write, I kind of get a little pressured and nervous because it's like there's certain guidelines you have to follow. Although that might help me because I have more of a structured path of writing, it's more like if I don't follow those rules, like that structure, then I might not get as good as a grade if it's like for a class or something. So I feel like maybe I write better when I'm not told to write creatively.
As a drama major, most of my writing is analysis on character work or writing about plays. It's a lot of response writing, and being able to respond well to prompts in a writing class can really help you respond to, say, like a play. And so taking these writing classes really helped me figure out how to communicate, how I react to certain things.
As a film major, most of my writing is scripts. So it's very visual based off of what I see and what I imagine. So a lot of the writing is creative, and I think that affects how I write in research-based environments as well, because I try to look at them at more of a idealistic standpoint rather than the factual basis, and I think that can be positive and negative depending on what exactly I'm going for.
My major, because with journalism you are writing and to journalize a story or what's happening in a particular area to an audience. So you definitely have, the writing is the main tool, or there's also photojournalism, but the main tool one would use to relay information to the reader. And that's one of the key components of being a great journalist. You are prominent and substantial in your writing.
I wish I could be like a really, really good fiction writer, because I think those people are so creative and I don't even know how they create those things in their head that they do, and I really wish that was something I could do.
I always wanted to be able to tell stories really well. I really like to make up stories, but to also have a message in the story to relate to the reader, because a lot of people, one thing I've known about stories growing up listening to a lot of hip hop and rap music, when they tell stories, or listening to poems when they tell stories, and like there's a situation or like an experience being told, being described, it really opens the eyes of the reader, like, oh, this can happen if you do this, and this can happen if you do that, because it's totally relatable to the reader as you are living and making decisions.
I wish I could be good at all writing, because whenever I look at a piece of my writing, I know it's not complete, even if it is the most well-polished thing I've ever written.
Definitely creative. As I said, I'm more of a research writer, and that's what I've been learning this whole year. It's my first year, so I think that writing creatively is what I want to be good at, because I can't write creatively.
I wish I was better at research papers. And I think it's just because I'm never really interested in what I'm researching is the issue. I think like one time in high school I had a paper that we could just like choose whatever we wanted to research, and that was probably the best research paper I ever wrote because it was something I was actually interested about. And I want to learn how to write well when I hate what I'm writing about.
Whatever writing is Demetrius is whatever writing I hope to be good at. Whatever writing is truly the expressive form of myself, I hope to master, because then I will know what it is exactly to have written from who I am.
Yes, though sometimes I look at my writing and question that assumption about myself.
Most definitely, I think about it a lot, so I would definitely say I'm a writer in all types of circumstances.
Yeah, sometimes. in more of a research way than a creative way, so
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, most definitely.
Are you a writer?
Yeah.